Chronicles, number 10. Bodacious sauce. Bodacious sauce. It would just be wrong of me to have a Chronicles of any sort and not bring up how much I love Bodacious sauce. We all love Bodacious sauce. All of us who grew up at the Thrasher house, it was just kind of what we loved. It was right down the street from us. Our cousin was one of the cutters at the place, so she knew exactly how we liked the meat. And yes, each one of us were a little different. But at Bodacious on 6th Street, they actually had a button called The Jeff. That's right. They had a button called The Jeff on both registers. You walk in and you'd say, I want a Jeff. And they knew what to prepare. It was a chopped beef sandwich off the bottom of the brisket with no black, cut in half, half the meat, with 2 pieces of bread on the side and some extra barbecue sauce and a drink. It was like $2.50, whatever it was. It was a steal. I mean, it really was. It was a great deal. So my friends would come over, we'd play soccer, tennis, hang out, and then we'd go up and we'd have the Jeff. Now, Lance had the Lance. What made his different was he liked his cut off he didn't like his cut in half, and he wanted off the top of the brisket. Everything else the exact same way. So their barbecue sauce was really one of their secrets. I mean, it's delicious. And we went up there typically for dinner. It wouldn't be a surprise if we were up there 5 nights a week. We sat at the round table underneath the tent thing. There'd be a bunch of us. We'd fill the table up most of the time. And one night we went up there, and even though I'm colorblind, when I got the sauce, it looked a little different. Lynn wasn't cutting, Mark was. He was one of the guys who worked up there, and I asked Mark, I said, hey, what's up with the sauce? I mean, it looks different. He goes, I don't know. Some of the other people have said something about it too. And so I got my drink and we went and sat down, and I kind of smelled of it. Didn't smell right. I wound up putting it on my meat. I took one bite and I couldn't even finish my food. I ate half of it. Didn't dip the bread wasn't for the meat. The bread was for the sauce. The bread was for the 2 extra pieces of bread was for the sauce. So after you were done with your meat and your sandwich, you would undo the wrapper, cellophane wrapper. They just took Mrs. Baird's bread and wrapped up 2 pieces of bread in a thing of cellophane. So you just unwrap the cellophane and you tear it up and you dip it in the barbecue sauce. It's like heaven. So didn't dip it in the sauce. Went and told Mark, hey man, this stuff is nasty. Well, I'll have a word with them, and we should have it sorted out by tomorrow. Because they don't actually make it there where we eat. Bodacious had grown big enough that they had several locations, so they had a central location who made all the sauce and distributed it. So the next day we went up there and I walked in and I said, hey man, there was about 7 of us. Walked in, hey man, did they fix the sauce yet? He says, no, same way as it was yesterday. Said, well, we're going to go to Taco Bell. And if they keep the sauce like this, we're not going to eat here again. He goes, hold on. Let me go call corporate. So he went and called corporate. I hear him on the phone. It's like, no, they want to know what's going on with the sauce, because no, they're saying they won't eat here anymore if they don't get the sauce right. Yeah. Well, there's like 7 of them right now, and they come here every single night. Okay. All right. He hung up the phone. He walked over to us and he goes, they said the sauce will be normal should be back to normal, not tomorrow, but the day after that. Gotta give them a minute to get it back. So how many people have complained about this? I said, quite a few, but nobody's quite just like, been like, we won't come back. Well, I promise you they're thinking it. So we came back a few nights later, and it was back to the way that it was. Back to the crack that we love, man. I mean, Bodacious barbecue sauce. How can you not love that stuff? You know what? You know what? This was a crazy thing, okay? People pick on me because I like ketchup. I may not eat burgers right now, but I used to eat burgers all the time back then. I mean, that's all I lived on was meat and bread and ketchup. And if it wasn't Heinz 57 ketchup, I really didn't want it. You know, when they had their barbecue sauce, their mixture, they only changed one ingredient. They changed it from their base, which is a ketchup base. They changed it from Heinz 57 to Hunt's. That's all they did. And it ruined it. I mean, absolutely ruined it. So, you know, sometimes little things matter a lot. Details matter a lot, and sometimes you have to stand up for what you know is right. And when something tastes like shit, don't eat it. Chronicles out. Bodacious barbecue sauce. Y'all are welcome. It still tastes like heaven. It tastes like heaven.